Good morning. Welcome to Therapy Thursday. Hopefully, you all had a chance to go back and look at the Therapy Thursday from last week, where I introduced you to an anchoring exercise where I walk you through. It's a sort of a type of meditation, it's a breathing exercise. And I'm doing this because if you had watched the video, then you know that anchoring is created when your body connects two memories or two sensations. So in the anchoring exercise, you can go back and watch it. We're connecting our bodies to the sensation of the pressure of our thumb and our fingers, and the notion that we need to calm down and take some breaths and bring down our whole central nervous system. So today, I told you I was going to add a second piece to this. Now, this second piece can be done on its own. I like to do it as a part of the anchoring exercise because I think these two pieces go very well together. So the second piece is called imagery. And if you're somebody who's pretty good about closing your eyes and sort of picturing, when someone says, picture a bright sunny day or picture yourself in your favorite place, then this is going to be a good exercise for you, but anybody could try it. The exercises that I give, the idea behind them is that there's something that you can do anytime. You can do them while you're sitting in a meeting at work. If you're feeling a little agitated, you can do it while you're trying to fall asleep. You can do it while you're driving. I would not obviously recommend that you do it with your eyes closed, but you can sort of picture yourself in a different place, and you can do the breathing exercises. So I like short pieces that you can kind of take with you. And the imagery piece is really based on, well, two things. One is that a lot of times I hear people will say things like, I had my boss yelled at me and I tried to get through the rest of the day, but I tried not to think about it. So I hear that phrase a lot. I try not to think about it. I have a client, for example, who's going through chemotherapy for treatment of breast cancer, right? And she might be watching. I hope you are, honey, because you're a fabulous example. You're a strong lady. When she's talking to me about some days she's feeling really strong and I can do this and I'm going to kick cancer's butt. And some days I just, she comes in and she's like in tears and she's like, I feel so weak. I just can't do it. And I'm trying not to think about it. And I'm saying, you're trying not to think about it. I mean, what people go through is real, and our emotions are real, and we're supposed to feel our emotions, right? So I don't want you to try not to think about it. I want you to work on allowing it to be a tool and allowing yourself to be in that place, and then allow yourself to work through it. Okay, so I don't want you to try not to think about it. I want you to give yourself permission to do it in a certain period of time, right? So this imagery goes along with that. I personally, when I'm doing some deep breathing or meditation, I sort of picture, you're trying to picture yourself in this really calm space. So first of all, I want you to picture a place where you're going to sit and that's going to make you feel really calm. Now, I love two places. One place is sitting and looking at Mount Washington in New Hampshire, because I live not a couple hours away from the White Mountains in New Hampshire, which if you're in this area, it's very healing to be there. And then the second place I love is Aruba, because when I was in college, I spent a lot of time working at a dive shop in Aruba, and the beaches in Aruba are just spectacular. So I picture myself sitting in the beach, and I can kind of feel the sand under my butt, and I'm even kind of laying down looking up at the bright blue sky. You can start to picture that wherever that place is for you, and I can even hear the wind rustling through the palm trees. So I sort of spend a minute kind of bringing myself to that place. Okay, now when I'm in this place and trying to bring myself down, and I'm getting ready to do my breathing exercises, the reality is that the stuff that makes you anxious, or the stuff that anything, whether it's the fact that you left work and there's a project that you didn't finish and you got to do it tomorrow morning, or that your kid is a dentist appointment and you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay for the braces, or whatever those things are, that is the stuff. I don't want you to try not to think about it, because it's real stuff. I don't want to minimize the fact that you have the right to be upset about those things or to worry about those things, okay? What I want to do is have you be able to manage that so that it doesn't take you over. Okay, now when I'm in my breathing exercise and I'm in my space in Aruba, and what I do is picture, I'm going to allow myself to picture those things to attempt to come in while I'm doing my breathing, okay, while I'm on my beach in Aruba. What I like to do is I picture them like clouds. Okay, so I'm laying there on my beach and I'm looking up at this bright blue sky, and I see these they're big fluffy clouds to me. I don't know what they look like to you, but they're big. So they're big fluffy clouds for me. And what I like to do is, I don't know if you've seen those commercials where someone, like the word odor is in the air, and someone takes a can of whatever it is, Lysol, and they spray, and the word odor kind of goes like this, right? It's an image. So I picture it as those clouds are coming in. They might be a little bit darker, and I'm like, uh-oh, there they are. So I recognize them. My stuff is still there, and they're trying to impact my image. Now, I have to make an active decision at that moment to tell those clouds, not now. Okay, I recognize that you're there. I see you. I see you. Okay, but I'm going to picture the wind sort of blowing them away, and then they dissipate like they do on those commercials, right? So I'm going to picture them kind of, and as I'm telling myself, and you kind of say the same thing to them, thank you. I know you're there. I know you're going to be there when I am done with my meditation, but not now. Okay, I recognize you. Okay, so I want you to recognize that it's there, sort of make it a part of your image, recognize that it's there, and then actively do something to manage them and tell them where they're going to go. Okay, you're going to manage them a little bit, because sometimes those thoughts tend to try to take over us. We're going to take them over. Okay, so you're going to say to them, I see you, and I decide that you're not going to be there right now. I'm in the middle of this beach in Aruba. Okay, so you can do that in your own and picture wherever your place is, and however you picture it. You could be in the woods, and just kind of listening to birds and being sitting on a pond, and I don't know, maybe your negative thoughts or your anxiety, whatever it is, maybe it's a bear that you tell to run away. Until whatever it is for you, I would love for you to share that in the comments so that other people can sort of benefit from that, and kind of give us an idea of what that is for you. Okay, so imagery is the piece that we're going to add to the breathing exercise, or the anchoring exercise. You're going to have to probably try them at 2 different points separately first, because the anchoring exercise takes place over time, right? You're going to develop that anchor. You're going to get used to that sensation. You're going to practice it. You're going to practice it even when you don't need it, so that when you do need it, you already have some, stuff in the bank kind of thing. You have something to draw on, your memories. And then part 2 is the imagery. Okay, and the imagery piece I'd also like you to do separately, because you're going to need to get really good at both of those in order to be able to put those pieces together. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please add them to the comment section. I would love to see your comments and questions. Also, I'd love if you'd share something about what you personally use for your own imagery, and if this is helpful for you or not. And if you have some thoughts about other things that you might want some tools on, and some suggestions for other Therapy Thursdays, I would love to hear from you. You can contact me by going to my website. It's BeckNelson.com. That'll bring you to a page on my Hope Counseling business page, and there'll be a button there if you want to email me, and also a button if you want to come to this YouTube channel. And I would love it if you'd subscribe to me. Okay, let me know if this is working out for you, if you guys have any other suggestions. Okay, thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate it.